Hello, friends. I hope you're all doing great, having a wonderful day. So, the topic today is time value of money equals time value of creativity. So, time value of money is a principle that I learnt about back in my uni days, where money today is worth more than the same amount of money in the future. Why? Because of its potential to grow. Now swap money with your creative idea. So your unfinished art or idea is worth more out in the world today than a perfect idea or art piece in your drafts tomorrow. So this is something that I have been thinking about and trying to apply in my life to move away from perfection as a trap, waiting to get it right. Because, in my opinion, in the current world we live in, this costs you time, growth, and cultural relevance. So, your idea today is greater than your idea tomorrow. And the reason I think this way is because early execution helps you build momentum, and you're able to build momentum in a number of ways. So, first, it compounds like interest. So, in the same way, when you invest money in the early days or earlier, you're able to gain more over time. An idea shared early helps you build feedback, build an audience, and build momentum. So that traction compounds in your favor. For example, today I had an interesting meeting where we were trying to get some support for a friend of mine who has this amazing body of works. So, from she's a poet, she's a playwright, and specifically, she's trying to get this amazing piece out there, but needs people to come on board and support the different expenses that come with putting out this level of production. And one of the people we approached, or the companies we approached, were impressed and interested in the different activities she had ongoing, and specifically this project. However, there they said they also have been looking for funding for some of their own activities that they're doing. And this is a narrative that you're consistently getting in the business space, or I have experienced, where as you're talking to different stakeholders to give you feedback on the activities you have going on, they will also tell you that one of their biggest challenges is also getting funding for their activities as well. So, in a sense, you're all looking for funding. And for them to take a portion of their finances or grants or put you in their programming, that means that they really not only have to buy into your idea, they have to derive a lot of value, whether that value is in cash form or in kind. And in this case, in kind being what impact does your work have on my business or my activities? So I'm saying all this to show you that the momentum that putting your work out early could build is even attracting people to support you, whatever kind of support you're looking for, whether you're looking for financing or you're looking for in kind sort of support where someone comes and takes over a particular expense. For example, if it's a play that you want to stage, they come in and say, I will take care of theater, so I'll make sure you have a wonderful stage, a wonderful set, lighting, everything that you would possibly need on stage, so you can sort of knock that expense off what you have. That way, you're able to redirect any financing or grant that you receive to other activities. So, to attract this level of support, to garner attention and an audience, eventually a community, you do need to start building momentum and perhaps change your mindset and my mindset that money has to come for you to be able to put this out, especially huge amount of money. Perhaps just start with whatever it is you have. If you do have a few friends or supporters that would be willing to give you a space to perform or loan you a wonderful microphone or instrument or whatever it is, or you already have a rough draft, you may consider finding ways to put this out there to be able to build this momentum with the hope and goal of then people seeing what it is you're doing and buying into, whether it is a product or a service, whatever idea you have. Perhaps you are also the product or service as an individual and buying into you as a brand. Another thing I would like to mention is that market timing is everything. So when you wait to perfect your work, you might miss the cultural moment or relevancy. So if your product or service, art, music is inspired by things that are currently very prevalent in your circle of friends, activities, you may want to put this out early on to ensure that your timing matches this cultural moment. I would also go as far as saying that perfection is the enemy of value. And why I think so is that perfection is can be seen as static. Well, creativity is very iterative. So with every release, you are able to learn and build your brand, to grow your audience, and it teaches you what works and what is not working, so you're consistently coming with better versions. And if I could digress a bit to the technology industry, whether they're laptops or their phones, they're consistently coming up with a better version of what they released, because if they waited to have this perfect product, they truly may never put anything out. And this perfect, rather improved product is as a result of the learnings that they get once they've put out the first version, the reviews that their audience, the people using these gadgets, give, the critique that they receive, they are able then to even come up with features or ideas that would otherwise not have been formed had they not put out this product. I would also say that opportunity cost is real. So while you're perfecting your idea, someone else is learning, is testing, is growing, is monetizing, and is connecting. Every delay is a cost. It costs you visibility, it costs you money, it costs you growth, and it costs you impact. So think about it this way: ideas, creative ideas, are very energetic, in my opinion. So while I'm having this idea, chances are this a similar type of idea might be floating around in other people's minds in different parts of the world. Ultimately, the person who is able to execute and put this idea in front of an audience becomes the owner of this idea publicly and is able to monetize the idea, is able to grow it, connect it. And the idea may not have been at its finest when it was released as a product, as a service, as an art, piece of art, work of art. However, now this individual that released it is able to continue growing and progressing with it. While the people who had this floating in their minds perhaps talked about it to a couple of friends, cannot really claim this idea or try to own this idea or monetize it, especially if they're trying to do it exactly in the same way, because they lost that opportunity, hence the opportunity cost. For them to monetize such an idea, they would have to change it in a very in a drastic way, such that they do not have to face issues of plagiarism, copyright issues, etc. Then think of an early release as an investment, because even rough ideas are able to generate data for you. So they'll help you know who is interested, who resonates and what do they resonate with, what needs to be refined. And that is creative interest income for you. So, bottom line, the longer you wait to release your art, to release your business idea, your product, your service, the less it's worth. Not because it's a bad idea or a bad piece of art or art form, product, or service, but because you're robbing yourself the growth, the feedback, and the connection that comes from putting it out there. So in the world of creativity, of business, done today is greater than perfect tomorrow. I invite all of you to give me your thoughts and opinions about this, and let's have a conversation. Very interested to hear what your thoughts are, because I'm also always open to learning and growing and taking advantage of this great minds that are on here. So thank you. Have a wonderful day and see you next time.